Hey yo, it's the Bro Show.
Welcome to the Bro Show.
It's the Bro Show.
You already know, bro.
It's the Bro Show.
Welcome to the Bro Show.
Action. What's up, y'all? It's the Bro Show. You
already know, bro.
Link repping that New York. I got on the green jacket. Some Brooks Koepka can't get after that Masters let down. He folded down the stretch. But anyways, let's get right into it. We're hopping right in NFL. Odell Beckham Jr. signs with the Ravens, Link, on a one-year, $15 million deal, $18 million with incentives. What do we expect from him is my first question. And what does this mean for the Lamar Jackson debacle? Talk to me, my brother.
Lamar will stay one more year. I expect dominance from Odell Beckham Jr. Not his full old self. I expect him towards the end of his Rams before he tore his ACL for the second time. Now, I don't expect dominance. I take that back. But I expect really good play from OBJ. $15 million is a little too much for a guy, and again, you could also argue with me, for a guy that's only had 796 receiving yards in the last 3 years, I think.
He was hurt for the whole last year.
He was hurt, though. But towards the end of that Rams season, when he signed with them, he looked really he looked like the top 7.
One of the big reasons they went to the Super Bowl.
Definitely one of the big reasons they won the Super Bowl.
One could argue he would have been MVP if he didn't get hurt, too. The way he started that game.
Yeah, the way he did, for sure.
Okay, I have some thoughts on this. I'll give you my thoughts on this. This is the first time the Ravens have had a real wide receiver one in Lamar Jackson's entire tenure, if he stays. So that's my first thought on it. I think Odell Beckham Jr. is not in his prime, but I think he can have a hell of a year, maybe even an all-pro year with that offense, with if Lamar re-signs. So for some context, before he signed with the Ravens, Odell Beckham Jr. was seen clubbing with Lamar in Miami at the club, the bottles popping, the big booty. You know how it goes down. I don't know how much business was spoken there, but I guarantee Lamar told him before OBJ went there that there's a pretty good chance that he will re-sign in Baltimore. So I think that that's the biggest takeaway from this, is that you will see Lamar Jackson in a Ravens uniform next year is my biggest takeaway.
Well, they franchise tagged him.
Yeah, they franchise tagged him, but he could just not report to training camp, or how it is in these days. So that's my biggest thing. He's going to re-sign, and I expect production from Odell Beckham Jr. not on the New York Giants level, somewhat similar to what he was doing in Los Angeles with the Rams. That's what I expect. Okay, let's move on to the second topic. NBA playoffs are here. So, Link, let me ask you, what first-round matchup are you most excited to see? What's your most exciting first-round matchup?
You want me to pick one?
Pick one. Give me a few and then tell me your most. Which one you think?
I have 4.
4. This guy.
I love everything. The Cavs, Knicks, Suns, Clippers, Grizzlies, Lakers, and Kings, Warriors.
And what series will you not miss a game on? What series, if you had to pick, will you not miss a game on?
Probably just because I have to go to sleep at a certain time.
Okay.
The Cavs, the Knicks. But if I just had my choice, the Lakers series and the Clippers series. Probably the Lakers, though, because I just want to see that. It's must-watch TV, must-see. The Clippers don't have Paul George, or else it would definitely be that, even though Russ is my favorite player, so I still probably won't miss a game. But definitely the Lakers, Grizzlies, I think that would be the most interesting. I think it will be the best series and filled with a lot of shit talking, too.
I agree. My 3 series that I'm really interested in are the Lakers, Grizzlies, the Clippers versus the Suns, and Cleveland versus the Knicks. I'm interested in Cleveland versus the Knicks because Donovan Mitchell was almost a Knick, but went to Cleveland, so there's something there. I'm interested in the Clippers and the Suns because Katie's with the Suns, Paul George is coming back for the Clippers. To me, those are like 2 teams that have the most to gain by winning a championship this year. Legacy's on the line. And then the Lakers Grizzlies is my most exciting matchup because of everything surrounding it. You have the Shannon Sharp debacle on the sidelines with the Grizzlies with Ja Morant's daddy. You got Ja Morant with the Thule and the strip club. You got LeBron James trying to build on his legacy and win a championship. AD back in the playoffs. You've got that revamped Lakers team. So I think that's going to be a competitive-ass series. Dylan Brooks is going to be in there talking shit. So I think that's just going to be a dogfight. I'm thinking 6 or 7 in that one. So that's what I'm most looking forward to. But I'm just excited NBA playoff basketball's here. Every night gives you something to lock in. All Okay, so that brings me into my next question, Link. Whose legacy? These playoffs, a lot of legacies are kind of on the line here. So whose legacy do you think a title would mean the most to? Whose legacy would that enhance the most? What single player would a title change the narrative on them this playoffs?
I feel like for a lot of people, it's LeBron because a fifth would, for some people would prevail him, even though I probably know you don't agree. But for me, LeBron's already the GOAT. So that is not.
There's an end of Michael Jordan, but we won't get into that.
It doesn't matter if LeBron.
We'll debate that a different day.
The legacy it will help the most is Russell Westbrook. But the legacy who has the most to gain, but also the most to lose, is probably Chris Paul. Because he has Devin Booker, KD on his team. And, he's got two superstars, two great scorers, and all he's got to do is pass. He's got DeAndre Ayton, who can catch lobs and stuff. So definitely he has the most to gain and most to lose. But I think it will help Russ the most if he does win.
I agree. So I'm right on with you. I think it's a tie between Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry. Chris Paul obviously has a huge amount to gain. Has no rings. Has been in the league, for 30 years at this point. Has done all the State Farm commercials he can possibly do. And it's like, man, you had the Houston team. You get hurt. You know what I mean? You had the Clippers team back in the day with Blake Griffin and all those guys. You collapsed multiple times with 3-1 leads. You had the Phoenix team that you went and played Milwaukee and lost in the finals. Now you have Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players of all time. And if you can't win a ring with him, it's just going to be a Charles Barkley type of situation for him, a guy that just couldn't get it done, that was on teams that were capable. And then Russell Westbrook also has no rings, lost 4-1 with the Oklahoma City thing to Miami in 2012. He hasn't been to the Western Conference Finals since. He's been on 4 teams in 4 years. So if he wins a ring, it just completely changes the outlook on him and completely change how he's viewed 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So those
two guys play each other in the first round.
Yeah, so those two guys have a lot to gain and a lot to lose. Okay, Mikey Williams, social media sensation, the number 7 overall recruit in this class, committed to Memphis, is arrested today. Link, you can go ahead and list the charges. They're pretty severe. I'm not a lawyer.
For 5 charges of assault with a deadly weapon.
Assault with a deadly weapon. It's my understanding that, I don't know if he did or someone else shot at a car with people in it. Is that what the situation is?
Man, I have no idea, but he's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
He's stupid. He's like, John Morant wasn't even that bad compared to what he's doing.
Yeah, John Morant didn't assault anybody with a deadly weapon. He just had a little bit too fun at a gentleman's club.
A gun that wasn't his. We don't even know up the 17-year-old. So what John Morant is like what, Michael Jordan is what, is like Michael Jordan compared to, I don't even know who, man. Just a bum on the bench is what John Morant is to Michael Williams is an idiot. He had it all in front of him. Top 10 pick.
And my thoughts on this are this. My man, you're already a millionaire. He's already a social media star. He's already made millions of dollars before he even steps foot on an NBA floor. He's going to Memphis. He's the number 7 recruit. He could be one and done in the lottery. But it just goes back to my thing of, man, you have to, it's who you're hanging around. It's my thing with John Morant. You have to separate yourself. I know everyone's from somewhere. You grew up somewhere. It's not selling out when you're doing something different than what people are doing. And you have to separate yourself and remove yourself from those situations. That's still your boy. That's still your homie. But, man, I'm trying to go do this or that. I can't be around that anymore. And that's what these guys have to learn. And that's what, as you go through sports, you'll learn. That's what I saw. You'll see so many guys that there's a fork in the road with sports. And there's this path and there's this path. And I've seen the guys go down this path, and a lot of them go play sports in college, earn a degree, are now working. Some of them are in the league. And then I see guys go down this path, and they're in jail, or they're doing this or that. So you just have to pick the right path. And I hope, that Mikey Williams can learn from this and move on. He's a young guy with everything in front of him, but we'll have to see how it plays out. All right, so we got one bonus topic today because it just came in hot off the press. Budda Baker wants a trade. So my question is, what's going on in Arizona, Link? Cliff Kingsbury's out of there. Kyler Murray's unhappy. DeAndre Hopkins is on the trade block. They hired a coach. I don't even know the guy's name. So what's going on in Arizona?
You know, I see memes all the time. You know how the Chiefs scored on that same set in the Super Bowl twice in a row?
Yeah.
Kadarius and you know, it's like dude's wide open, no one in 6 yards, probably like 7 yards away from him. And they said the Cardinals saw this and wanted to hire the Eagles DC. They messed up. Even though he was good all year, I feel like it was the system he was in. The players he had on defense. And just D-Hop went to the Cardinals might be the worst team in the NFL right now.
Well, you've still got the Houston Texans. I think they're still an organization.
I think they're up there.
That's one of the worst teams I've ever seen. It's just crazy because a year ago, going into last year's season, the Arizona Cardinals were the Super Bowl front. People had them as the Super Bowl pick. You know, Kyler Murray was coming off an all-pro season. DeAndre Hopkins looked like the best receiver in the league. They're calling Cliff Kingsbury a mastermind genius. They're had him drafting players in his nice little crib in Arizona. Now he's back in college as the OC, at USC. Kyler Murray's in a year to where if he doesn't perform, they could be looking for another quarterback. DeAndre Hopkins is considered an older receiver now. And now Budda Baker, the best safety in the league, wants a trade. So I think it's just disaster in Arizona. And, I think you have to look at the general manager. I think you have to look at management and what's been going on there to let this happen.
It's the two linebacker picks and Isaiah Simmons, and I forgot the other. Their
Isaiah Simmons was actually decent last year, but I think it's the organization. I don't know what's going on in those practices and a lack of leadership. There is not a leader on the Arizona Cardinals to speak of. Not the coach, not the quarterback, not anyone on that roster. And if you don't have leadership, then you're not going to be successful in business and everything. So Arizona needs to get it together. That's it for us this week, Link. A lot of big time stuff. I'm excited to watch the playoffs, man. This is one of the best times of the year. So we'll sit back and watch that. Everyone have a great week.
Hey, yo, it's the Bro Show.
Welcome to the Bro Show.
It's the Bro Show.
You already know, bro.
It's the Bro Show.
Welcome to the Bro Show.